Why did you hide your job from your family? In my family, getting a good job is the worst mistake you can make. Because the second people find out, you stop being a person. You become customer service. My cousin got hired at an airline. Suddenly, every relative remembered they always wanted to visit Miami. My aunt worked at a hotel once and spent 6 months getting calls that started with, "So technically, could you get us a free room?" And when you say no, you're selfish, ungrateful, too good for family now. So when I graduated from the police academy, I kept my mouth shut. Nobody knew. Not my cousins, not my uncles, not even my mom. I told everyone I worked for the city. Technically true. Every shift, I changed into uniform at work. Before going home, I changed back in my car. No photos, no social media, nothing. And honestly, it worked perfectly for almost a year. Then one morning, I got careless. I was already late. Dispatch sent me to a noise complaint at some apartment complex across town. I grabbed my keys, drove over, walked upstairs, knocked twice, and waited. The door opened, and my soul left my body. Because standing there in basketball shorts holding a Pop-Tart was my younger brother. He stared at me. I stared at him. Then his eyes slowly dropped to the badge on my chest, and the biggest smile I've ever seen spread across his face. "You're a cop?" Not excited, not proud. No, that smile said one thing: opportunity. I immediately shoved him back inside the apartment before his roommates could see. "You cannot tell anybody," I whispered. "I'm serious." He started laughing so hard he nearly dropped the Pop-Tart. "Oh my God," he said. "Do you know how useful this is?" "No," I said quickly. "No, it is not useful." He promised he'd stay quiet. And for one glorious week, he actually did. Then the text started. "Hey, can you help me get out of a parking ticket?" Fine, whatever. Then, my friend got pulled over. "Can you check if the cop submitted it yet?" Absolutely not. Then it got worse. Way worse. "Can you run a plate number? Can you scare my ex? Can you see if somebody has warrants?" One text literally said, "Hypothetically, how illegal is arson?" I called him immediately. "What is wrong with you?" He sounded offended. I said hypothetically. I told him no to all of it. Every single request. And that's when his tone changed. "Wow," he said quietly. "So you won't even help family?" There it was. The guilt trip, the family special. I reminded him that abusing police resources was a crime. A real crime. He got quiet for a second, then said, "Okay," too calmly. That should have scared me more than it did, because exactly 20 minutes later, my phone exploded. Mom calling, aunts texting, cousins sending voice notes. "How come we're just now finding out you're a police officer?" "Oh, I have so many questions." "Sweetie, I may have accidentally driven with an expired registration for 2 years." My brother had told everyone, and suddenly my entire family developed legal emergencies. One cousin wanted me to look into her neighbor. My uncle asked if I could erase a speeding ticket. My aunt genuinely asked if I could get her out of jury duty. Then my grandmother called. I answered carefully. "Hi, Nana." She lowered her voice dramatically and whispered, "Can you arrest my HOA president?" I closed my eyes. Why? He knows what he did. At that point, I just started laughing. Like full exhausted, losing my mind laughing. Because I realized something horrible. Criminals weren't going to ruin my career. My family was. That night, I drove to my brother's apartment. He opened the door already smiling. "You mad?" I stared at him for a long second, then handed him a stack of papers. "What's this?" he asked. "Forms." "For what?" I smiled sweetly. "If I'm apparently the family police officer now, congratulations. You're officially the family lawyer."